What? Yeah. So excited. Good, not great. What? Good. Not great.
Not great.
Not great.
Not great.
Ooh, welcome. Officially, episode 1, kind of episode 2. I am very excited because I have my best friend across from me. My best friend since preschool.
Oh, man. Come on.
Come on. We're in the same preschool class. We did introductions. I said Alec, and then he said Alec. We didn't believe it.
No. That's my title.
Yep. Didn't know that could even be a thing. Two guys, same name. Anyways, here he is.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
This is incredible. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Blows what you told me out of the water.
So you'll notice at the top, I've given you a choice of intro. How do you want to be referred?
I'm probably going to stick with Sody.
Good.
Hambone was, I feel like, a phase in my life. Hambone had to happen. Hambone had to die.
Fair enough.
Absolutely. Hambone does make appearances from time to time, much like Tupac, in holographic form. But yeah, I think I'd stick with Sody now that I'm trying to more professional image. You know?
Say no more. Sody it is.
Thank you.
So this is Sody, otherwise Alec. We got the same name. I am your host, Alec George. This is Good Not Great, a mostly Minnesota sports podcast. Millions of listeners, I know, so we're new. Take it easy on us, but we can't wait. Again, my best friend. What are you doing right now? You're coaching. You're coaching football.
I am. It's my second year with the Lake Minnetonka Athletic Association, coaching 7th grade Maple Grove Crimson football, Section 6A state champs for the high school team. And it's, again, it's a ton of fun. It's something every year I look forward to. There are plenty of days after work that I don't look forward to practice, but by the end of practice, I'm always glad I did it.
Happy you did it.
These kids, it's really fun to watch these guys. I'll say guys, not kids, growing up. Half the team's got zits, half still have squeaky voices.
It can be guys.
Exactly. They're guys. But it's a ton of fun to watch. They don't handle adversity very well at this age yet.
Who does?
Exactly. And to watch them literally change their excitement level, like instead of shrugging shoulders after they get scored on, like if they're having fun, it really is the key to football at that age, having fun. And so if you focus on that, I know I've been with coaches before that it's very much like, oh, it's like they're coaching a arena football league. Like, this is the last chance you have to be a pro, man. This is it. And it's like, no, dude, you might not do this next year. Mm-hmm. If I don't make it fun, you definitely won't.
It's a very good point. And you're primed for this because, man, how long ago? 10 years. We were
2012, yeah, 2013.
Flag football coaches out in California. Yep, it's in our DNA, I guess you could say.
Absolutely. That was a championship squad.
I'll get you a practice of yours.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
I will.
We need some guys with speed. I feel like everybody, all the coaches are all kind of built like me.
Talk shit.
A lot of linemen.
Okay.
Well, except for, I
nice.
shouldn't say that. Jimmy's super athletic. Eric, the head coach, fastest dude on the team. He's probably 5'10", I'd say 215 wide.
Stocky.
Oh, my God.
Stocky.
Like, him and I will joke. We'll go like, okay, let's show you guys this drill, right? We'll show you a drill. And he goes, go 75%, I'm like, okay. One of the first times he did it to me, he popped me in the chest. I thought he punctured a lung. Yeah. Dude's powerful.
Hopefully that wasn't the case, though.
No, luckily.
But good.
Yeah.
Good. So what, sum up the season so far?
Season so far, we're 3-2. It has been a tale of two halves. At least that's what I'm hoping. Game 1, everybody kind of finding their feet. It was a 28 loss to Wyzetta. Very humbling experience.
Powerhouse.
Well,
more or less? Yeah.
It's such a toss-up because each one of these grades usually has 4 or 5 teams. Mm-hmm. So it's not the same pool of talent. I mean, like Monty, we have a different head coach. About 80% of our team's different this year than last.
Mm-hmm.
But
a lot of turnover.
Yeah, 28 rip, first game.
Rebuild, as it were.
Humbled us. We focused on, I got to toot my own horn, I am the defensive coordinator, not the head coach of this team. Bob Miller, if you ever listen to this, you should have let me do this last year. Oh, man.
Huh?
You came equipped.
This was actually one of the presets.
Oh my!
But I kept it.
That's fantastic.
Anyways.
Absolutely. Hey, sometimes a stock photo is a good picture.
Telling you.
If that's breakfast food, ask Ron Swanson.
They're used to appeal to the masses for a reason.
Yep.
Anyways.
Everybody likes it.
Keep going.
But went back, really reset on defense. Decided we're going to keep everything stupid simple.
Mm-hmm.
And next game, we won a battle 12-6 on the Minnetonka Skippers varsity field Saturday night under the lights. Tons of fun. Players. Oh, yeah. Minnetonka. That's always sweet. But after that, it was I think, 22-28 win that we were actually down for most of the game. And I came up with, I don't know, I can't remember what I said. Oh, no, I do. Do I got like 10 seconds to do this?
You got as much time
It's
as you
so
need.
hard to amp up seventh graders without cursing because you and I grew up watching Friday Night Lights, right? So I want to go out there and be like, you take this. If you lose this game, you remember it for the rest of your lives. Yep. Just amp them up. So you got to go out there, and I'm amped up because, now that we can't play the game, watching it so closely.
That's a soundbite I need is the beep.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways.
But I remember I ran out there, and I'm like, everybody grab a knee right now. Get a knee right now. Everyone gets in. I'm like, everyone just be silent. I'm like, look around. Look at the guy next to you. Say, great job. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, hit him on the shoulder. Okay, boom, boom. Everybody's pumping. Great job. Now I want you to look at him again and say, I got you. And they're doing it. They look at me and say, I got you. And what you're saying right now is a promise. It's fourth down. You're promising the guy next to you you're going to give 110% on this play because if we don't all do that, this game's going to slip out of our fingers. So make that promise to yourself and to the guy next to you. Yep, I said, you guys are playing great football. Keep it up. So I ain't going to change nothing.
Where's the soundbite for chills?
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
That's the key. It really is. I know nothing. I can't tell you. If I was playing quarterback, I can't tell the difference between a cover 2, cover 3. I can get a seventh grader to run through a freaking brick wall for some reason. That's because I could amp myself up.
It's a skill.
Yep.
That is a skill.
And they go out there and you see their legs just twitching. They just can't outweight, and then they jump off sides, and you're like, hey, at least they're mentally fired up.
You wanted it.
Yep.
He was ready.
And then he turns around, like pounds himself in the chest, like, we go on the ball. I know, my bad, bro. Yep. All of a sudden they hike the ball, and you see one kid just fly over the top of somebody else, sack the quarterback, and he turns around. That dude's 10 feet tall for the next 8 days.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And you run up to him, do that like flying hip check. Everything feels like it's a slow motion.
Walking through the halls the next day in school.
Oh, man.
Christ.
Well, we've got one kid, Ty. And lately, everything Ty does, he goes like, for Viviana.
Why?
And he'll just like.
Why?
Because apparently there's a gal he likes. And so next game, I told him we're going to write it permanent marker.
Her name is what?
Viviana.
Viviana.
Viviana. Yep.
Pretty name.
Yes. I asked Monty, my boy, if he knows Viviana. And he said he does not because apparently a lot of these kids actually go to Osseo.
Okay.
So the Osseo Maple Grove programs kind of intertwine, and which is kind of a bummer because like the last 11 years, Osseo and Maple Grove high school teams play each other.
Yeah.
And Maple Grove's like 11-0. So
Damn.
I'm one of these days when Ty's a distractor in practice. So he's constantly getting other kids to talk and get off topic and
Okay.
definitely not look and listen to the coaches.
Every team's got one.
So one of these days I'm saving it for when because I'd never yell at these kids, but I'm just going to say, what's it going to be like week 1 senior year when you're wearing orange going against the Crimson? I said, how do you even play football for us right now? It must be such a betrayal to your future self. It really must.
You were on the guilt trip in the 7th grade.
Hey, man, ties deep.
Good. Oh, that's awesome. What's left in the season? What are the goals? What do you want to accomplish? How much time do you have to do it?
Last game, we faced the first team we faced all season that can pass. Actually pass. They had a tight end, probably about 6'1".
It's mostly run plays.
Mostly run in 7th grade. You have a few, tight end outs, slants, stuff like that, some screens. But the blocking concept to the whistle is not something most 7th graders grasp. Mm-hmm. This team did. I'm talking me and 2 other coaches probably couldn't get past these 5 interior guys.
Props to them.
And so I remember there was one play. It was a pass. The guy's bouncing around in the pocket. And literally the pocket moved to the left because that's how for some reason my defense was moving left. And so the whole pocket moved left. And the quarterback did. This is over the span of 10 seconds, it felt like. All of a sudden the guy realizes he's out of the box, which is between the tackles, just starts running the ball. All of a sudden, the offensive linemen just start blocking forward.
Son of a
Because
gun.
the quarterback hasn't thrown the ball or anything. They're not going to pass it.
They were on it.
He kind of just walked into the end zone from about 40 yards out. And my team literally looked at me with their hands in the air. Like, what was that?
They didn't.
And
they
I
hadn't seen it.
yelled at the top of my lungs, great blocking.
Yeah.
If anyone is wondering what just happened, they blocked to the whistle.
Yeah.
I said, isn't it cool to see it happen?
Yeah.
Now let's do it. Yeah.
Sweet.
So it's tough being a defensive guy because I almost talk shit to the guys, their offensive selves.
Yep.
Like, hey, defense, I wish you guys would do this on offense. But yeah, but it's way too much fun. I can't believe they let me do it and I don't have to pay for it because it's basically fantasy football with 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
If you're like, man, I bet Parker could really, really step up my safety game against a team where I see they got 4 guys that are 160 pounds, which means they're probably tall. So all of a sudden you're moving some guy to the back, purely because he's going to give you a size matchup.
So what? How many games left? What are you hoping to accomplish by the end of the season?
3 games left in a matter of 1 week. So we have a practice Thursday, game Saturday, practice Monday, game Tuesday, nothing Wednesday. That's the Lord's Day.
It's a grind, of course.
It's obviously it's a grind.
The Lord's Day.
You don't create the future champions of Section 6A by giving them an easy schedule.
How do you think they're supposed to get ready for the week ahead?
Well,
Come on.
they're athletic students, not student athletes. Let's focus on what's going to get them a scholarship.
Society really needs to accept that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
When was the last time they gave out a math scholarship?
telling you.
Yeah, maybe one. Nobody's watching anybody do math. We want to see this guy throw a ball. Can you
What's really drawing in the viewers?
unlock me again?
Hey, you. Boop.
Thank you. Perfect.
So season's over, and
Yeah, once this, we're hoping to go 3-0. We'll finish 6-2. Like I said, basically 1 and then 3 losses, or 3 wins, 1 loss, 3 wins is kind of where we're aiming for right now. So
good.
I'm just pumped. I hope at the end of the season, if Monty says I want to play another year, honestly, that's what you do. Like
Success.
you ask him.
Yep.
Be honest. Who wants to play next season?
Yeah.
If everyone puts their hands up, that's a season.
Success.
Yep. Good to go.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So cool. I do miss those flag football days so much.
Oh.
God, that was a blast.
That's why you need to come. So imagine now they can hit each other.
Yep.
Like you could tell him, like, dude, this guy's he's holding me. Smack his arm.
A few of those 10-year-olds couldn't wait to start hitting.
My gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
Man.
It's super fun.
Won't let's pat our own backs again. Round of applause. We coached Sean Wayne's kid.
Yep.
Most impressive 10-year-old I've ever seen in my life.
Dub. Where is he now?
God, that's a good
Do you
question.
have Google? I feel like he's playing college football somewhere.
Do I have Google?
Yeah.
He's got it. Well, they can't be in college yet.
Hayden Faraday, I believe.
They are fucking in college.
Hayden Faraday.
They're
Look
20.
him up. Hayden Faraday. What's a fancy name for that town that we coached in, like coastal Canvas?
Come
California.
on. No, it was Ventura.
California.
California. Ventura County.
Yeah.
I'm just going to type in Hayden Faraday football.
Mm-hmm.
Hayden Faraday was the son of my talent manager.
Rex Faraday, also a bento box Bob's Burgers, lead animator, I believe.
Correct.
Who's the most impressive person in that family?
God, this is a
Soon
family,
to be Hayden.
family full of accomplishment. It's great. Hayden Faraday, 2023 football roster. Position wide receiver.
His dad mentioned, he said he would always be a wide receiver because he didn't want head injuries. So that's good to know he listened to dad.
That's good. That's good prepping.
Wait.
Can't find who he plays for, but anyway, God, good for him. Should reach out to them.
Yeah, you have their number.
Yeah,
Carla.
Yeah,
right?
it's been a while. Carla. Mm-hmm.
I feel like Carla did something really nice for me one time. Like got me an interview with a talent agent or something.
Maybe.
And I probably pissed it away.
I don't know if any of you guys have ever watched forgot the judge's name.
Justice for All with Christina Perez.
Justice for All, Christina Perez.
Insider tip, it's all.
And you were the stoner with too many bumper stickers.
Chad Humphreys, fired
That's
as
right.
a deli delivery driver for expressing my First Amendment in a state where cannabis was legal.
Oh, man.
The best part was my cousin Karin calling me because she was actually having a slumber party with my grandmother, all my aunts, my cousins, and my mother. They had the TV on at some other part of the house. Here's Alec, pops up in court.
Did they think it was real?
100%. Karn texted me that night, Alec, are you in trouble under a false alias?
Yeah.
Immediately, I went,
Who's Chad Humphreys?
I'm like, I don't know. You and I were probably hanging out with Carl, so we're probably drinking vodka at 10 a.m. because that's what time football starts in California. Buckle up if you move out there.
Before you judge, we didn't have a choice. Football started, so
yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. At 10 o'clock, I remember eating nachos and cold hot dogs that sat in water at probably 10:30 in the morning thinking, how did we get here? Maybe college was the better choice. Maybe living in LA with my best friend has led me astray. And then that first drink would kick in that we somehow snuck, or bought from the gas station, or Carl helped us get some booze.
Water bottle.
Yep, we had to go outside of the bar to drink it because we were 19.
Yep.
And then I remembered why we were there.
It all came together.
That was actually a really fun time because I feel like the Vikings were good, weren't they?
Man.
What was their record that year?
2012, nope. Oh, 2012 was 2012 was Adrian's year.
Yeah.
That was Adrian's MVP year.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Made it worthwhile.
Remember him running?
Got his autograph helmet right behind me.
Man.
Yeah. Still favorite player of all time. Is Adrian, hands down.
He will forever be embedded in my childhood, probably much more than he is in his own child's, and that's saying something.
One of the two most impressive highlight reels, and it's him and Barry Sanders. If you're just talking highlight reels, and I will even put Adrian Peterson as second best running back all time. Just watch the tape. When there gets to a point where it's not about stats anymore, and that's Adrian. You watched him; no one could do what he did.
Well, what's the goal of any play in football and offense? Touchdown.
Yep.
Tell me another running back that you could hand the ball to an offensive line that might not even be able to block that well, and tell me which one you have the most confidence in the history of the NFL.
It's Adrian and Sanders.
For me, it's Adrian.
Yep.
And that probably because I haven't watched enough of Sanders football.
It's Adrian and Barry.
I just remember, and Paul Allen and He's Loose probably helped embed that memory deep into my brain. Yep. Welded.
Hand in hand.
Just He's Loose. I mean, absolutely is.
There you go.
Did you give him the ball? Of course
He's loose.
He is. Yeah.
He's friggin' loose.
And his ability to seek contact, what was it? We were I think my brother and I and my dad were at one of his first touchdowns.
We saw his first career NFL touchdown together.
Yeah, and it was right in front of us.
60-yard screen pass against the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, and he lowered that
from quarterback to Tavares Jackson, R.I.P.
Oh, T.J. Oh, my God, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Gone way too soon. This year?
Yeah. No, a few years ago now.
I was Ryan Mallett, undertow.
That was crazy, too.
A rip current. Do you remember when you, Joey, and I we had to do some serious huffing at Santa Monica Beach.
We were out there late. We were stupid.
Yeah.
Story for another time.
But, yeah, Mallett's T-Jack. But I remember my brother said something, my kid's going to be sick. We're like, oh, man, maybe. He's injury prone.
I got a text from my dad saying something along the lines of, exciting rookie.
All right, you're just going to have to.
1346. 1346. Come on.
I can do that. I can barely remember my own garage code.
This will be a good segue into some Vikes talk.
Yes.
Previous week, we got our first dub. So we're on the up and up. There's no looking back now. 1-3 who?
That's us.
Let's, how about 7-3 soon? Man, hopefully, but it doesn't look too good. Anyways.
Well, upcoming opponents. Hopefully somebody we can knock over real quick. I don't know the schedule, honestly.
Viking schedule.
And I'm going to be honest.
You know who we have this Sunday?
Chiefs, right?
Here we go.
Well, Taylor Swift, I have a 10-year-old daughter who's now somehow a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Did that happen?
100%.
So that's really a thing?
That's hit my house.
Come on.
I watch videos like, God, I can't believe these guys that are tormented with girlfriends so far outside of football that they're trying to get him with hey, Taylor Swift really put Kelsey on the map. But now.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah. My gal's like, everyone's like, oh, Travis Kelsey. I heard her saying Travis Kelsey the other day. Like, you hate football.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, now that we watched the Taylor Swift documentary. I'm like, what do you mean?
That just hitting theaters?
I'm like, Travis Kelsey isn't in the Enchanted documentary. She's like, no, but Mom told me that now Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift are dating.
Yeah.
And so now that she watched the documentary about Taylor Swift, she's a football fan.
So the phenomenon is real. And that's what the NFL is leaning into is that fan base that they would have had zero access to before Miss Swift.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even a Swift hater. I like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, she's talented.
It's getting a bit much, but I understand. If I was the NFL, I'd be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Of course I would.
Yep.
Anyways, upcoming schedule. Ew. It's going to be dicey. Chiefs, Bears.
Oh, Bears. Didn't Bears come back and win?
They were up 21-0
Didn't
or something.
Bears
They
blow a
lost.
huge
No, they
lead?
lost. Yes, they blew a huge lead.
To the Broncos?
Bears. After the Bears, the Niners.
Rough.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be tough. Then the Packers after that. Anyways.
Yeah.
I mostly I don't know what I wanted to see out of the Carolina game to give me some hope. I don't know if I necessarily saw it. We won a game we absolutely should have won. It was too close for a little while. Take away our defensive touchdown. Caveat, because they had one too, sure.
Is it caveat or caveat?
Ah, man. We could go down a rabbit hole right now. Yeah.
Anyway.
I didn't necessarily see what I wanted to see. Our defense looked a lot better. I think that was just because it was Carolina's offense.
I know. Yeah, defense did play a lot better from what I was listening to. I was actually at Petco getting a swollen goldfish, I'll call it.
Priorities.
Yeah, which I think I called you actually and sent you a video. They have a fish at Petco called a premium molly. So essentially,
You did send me that.
I sent you a video. I was out with my family at Petco getting some premium molly. For the party-aged listeners, hilarious, right?
Great.
Go get a fish, name it Molly.
Can't go wrong.
There's a barcode. You can even scan it. It'll pop up, premium Molly. Anyway, all I can say personally is, how did our offensive line get worse just because Dalvin? Like, I don't think Dalvin was that special to make it look so hard for us to get any type of run game going.
It looked that way. This is some metric. Metrics are metrics. Every source has their
metrics.
own.
Yeah.
As do I.
I don't scoff at metrics.
The Vikings have an above average O-line this year. We are a top half O-line.
How?
Because of our tackles. Our two tackles. They do well. Kirk has time to throw.
Take a picture of Kirk's body Monday morning and ask him if he feels like he's got an elite O-line.
You're saying the metrics don't match the eye test.
No.
I agree with that. No, there's a reason that Reisner is getting the first team reps at right guard this week over freaking Ingram.
It's episode 1. It's okay.
No, I'm pissed at saying Ingram because Kwesi's first draft. I did not. Kwesi's first draft is looking like crap. So bad.
Is it Kwesi's draft?
Yeah.
Kevin's got to have a voice too.
Maybe.
Let me ask you this.
So this past draft, very good. I'm really liking it. Anyways, out of the, 12th or 14th spot for Kwesi's first draft, and trade to the very end of the first round, you get one extra pick. You could have had Kyle Hamilton, or there's a great defensive tackle we could have had too, who would have helped a lot. You trade back for Lewis Seen, already a bust. Injuries aside, he is a bust.
Whoa.
He's a bust. He can't. He barely made the team. There's a 6th round pick who got the playing time over him because of injury.
Did Kwesi keep him on because he can't admit his wrong?
Maybe we're giving him a little extra time to do whatever.
Troy Williams syndrome.
His college tape is crazy. I was so excited for him. Appears to be a bust. The next 2 picks, Ed Ingram, great. He's starting every game. Thank you for being able to play. He's been trash. And then it was cornerback who is nothing but injured. He admitted to not being healthy since high school. He admitted to that. And he has not been healthy for us. Concussions, leg, ankle.
Who is this?
You got me with a drink and...
Well, you got to remember this season, I don't know why, but I've watched less Vikings football.
Andrew Booth Jr.
Oh, yeah.
And I was excited for him, too.
ABJ,
Coming out of
baby.
Clemson, yes,
Yeah.
I was very excited for him.
Go
He can't
Tigers.
stay healthy.
Yeah, true. You don't see him out there.
This draft looking better. Anyways.
This draft looking...
Back to the game. It didn't give me a lot of hope going forward. The turnovers continue. I feel like those will stop, if not for anything else besides just odds. We've had so many turnovers in the first 4 games. It'd be crazy if it continues. Again, my only validity to that statement is that is odds. If it keeps happening, that's insane.
Is that not the identity of our defense in the last few years, though? Is all this talent if they're on the field? All these guys, oh my God, this guy's game changer.
Plenty of talent, right?
Daniil, so much talent.
Daniil's killing it.
If he doesn't tear his tit off his chest
Yep.
and can actually play.
And now he's healthy and he's doing great.
Yeah.
Then it's been Davenport,
Yep.
who we brought in to not allow Daniil to get doubled every game.
Hurt.
He finally played and he looked great.
Oh, so much. Yeah.
Hopefully that continues.
Daniil's what, tied for sack leader right now with Bosa?
Or a second. They gave him a sack this week and then took it away and gave it to Bullard, I want to say.
Is that why I lost my fantasy league? Because I do have Daniil in 2.0.
Did you? They took his sack away. How much do you lose by? You don't even know.
Probably a hefty margin.
You don't even know. Let's take a look.
Well,
Scoreboard.
I need depth, man.
I've been telling you that. We're going to get to this in a minute.
Oh,
We're going to talk trades.
about Hawk, probably.
About Hawkinson.
My only good player.
How long have we been doing fantasy football? More than 10 years.
Yeah, over 10.
Close to 15. You've never made a trade in your life. We're going to get to that, and I can't wait.
I feel like there had to be.
You, Sodi, you won. You beat Cal. You beat your bro. You're crazy.
Seriously?
Yep.
I'm going to text him.
Josh Allen, 32.5 points. There's your 118 to 103. So you both sucked, but you won, and you're somehow 2-2.
I'm going to
Good for you.
text to speech real quick because I hate typing. Just found out live on the podcast I beat you in fantasy, comma, suck it, period. Love you, bro, exclamation point.
I'm glad we got that.
Yeah, thank you.
Some brotherly love poop talk.
Absolutely.
Back to the Vikes. I want to talk about some good things. Again, I didn't get a lot of hope going forward, but good things that maybe we can kind of focus on. Cam Akers in limited reps looked good. He looked good running the ball. That's all I have to say about it. Maybe he'll get more touches, but I don't know because Madison also looked good. Again, is that Carolina being ass or not? Anyways, Cam Akers looked good. Hopefully that continues. Justin Mother effing Jefferson. You see who he's on pace for?
Astronomical numbers, I would assume.
Astronomical. 140 receptions, 2,307 yards, and by week 5, he could achieve the record for most yards through a wide receiver's first 4 seasons in the league. By week 5.
Wow. Through first 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And so
he's got the record for rookie, second, and third year. So he's going to have it for fourth year.
5 through 18 is just racking up those numbers.
Exactly.
Wow.
Love JJ. Never change.
That sounds expensive.
Can't wait for him to get paid.
Back up the Brinks truck.
Everyone's worried. Oh, he didn't sign his contract. It was very smart of him not to sign the contract. He's going to get a lot more as soon as other guys like CeeDee Lamb.
Why?
Jamar
Is that why
Chase.
you think he didn't sign?
100%.
I don't think that.
What do you think?
I think he wants to see what we do with Kirk. I don't think he likes Kirk Cousins. 100%.
Oh, he's been vocally in support of Kirk.
In support?
Yes. He has. He acknowledges, I have all these numbers because of the guy throwing me the ball.
Okay, well, I feel like he doesn't have the confidence in the program. I really don't. I feel like he does not want to be Randy and get a chance at a Super Bowl when he's 36. I think he's a realist.
He has said multiple times the most important thing to him is winning. So if we don't do that this year, could see a couple things one way or the other.
What have we done very little of? That's almost like I feel like the Vikings have more to prove to Justin in a contract year than he does to the program.
Well,
I feel like he's proved it.
100%.
Proof's in the pudding, baby.
It's a good point.
Look at his points. We have to prove to him we can provide a championship program. And if we don't, you better believe he's going to start shopping himself around. Why wouldn't you?
Would not be surprised. And that's actually something I want to talk about.
I love you, Kevin. Get it together.
True. No, very true. So enough of these one-score games. Seriously. I understand every week's a toss-up no matter who you're playing. It's weird that every single game he's played in has been a one-score game. Mm-hmm. Or that he's coached, I should say. Anyways.
Wait, every single one? No, the Eagles blew us out one time.
Week 2 last year, good call.
Yep. They opened up the gate.
At least every win, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We can look into that, but either way, it's too many games. I do think, however, though, after this season, CeeDee Lamb's going to get a contract. Jamar Chase is going to get a contract probably.
Yeah.
He might be a year later. He will get more if he waits a year.
who would pay more than us? Who would pay the most for Justin Jefferson if he hit the open market next year? What team's he on?
Who's the highest cap?
Yeah. Who has the highest cap? Because in a passing league, I mean, that's immediately, you're salivating as a GM watching Justin Jefferson continue to put his body out there, continue to be open for injury. This man is out there with the most confidence.
He took some hard hits 2 games in a row.
And he gets right back up.
He's amazing.
For as thin as that guy looks, he must be built out of titanium.
Per spot rack.
Whoa.
Get out of here. Do you know who's number 1 in cap space right now?
Vikings.
It's the Niners. Because of Brock Purdy. They're paying him pennies. A Purdy penny.
My fantasy football
Your fantasy football team name.
Man, full circle.
That's just highway robbery at
Gross.
this point.
Imagine Justin Jefferson on that offense.
What would they do with them with McCaffrey
Gross.
and
What do you
Ayuk
mean? What would
and
you
Debo?
throw it to him?
Yes.
Brock Purdy?
It's so true.
Just block for that kid. Let him zing it.
Ayuk will be up for a contract, though. Obviously, they take JJ.
Yeah.
Who else? Cleveland Browns are number 2.
He won't go there. That's where you go to die.
Yeah, don't go to Cleveland.
No one ever grows up.
Please don't catch passes from Deshaun Watson.
I should say, not as many kids grow up saying,
Cardinals,
I can't
Cowboys,
wait to be
Bengals. Bengals.
No, they've got too many wide receivers they don't even know what to do with already.
T. Higgins is going to be gone.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow throwing to his college receivers. The LSU trio. I couldn't even be mad at that.
Is this
As long as we get a haul, I couldn't even be mad at
are
that.
Justin and Jamar doing a slow game right now, not signing contracts? Or did Jamar not get a new contract?
No, not yet. No, remember, he's a year behind JJ.
No, he's a year ahead.
We're kind of jumping into next topic here.
Oh, sorry.
This was a shits and gigs topic. Would you trade JJ to start a rebuild?
What are we getting for JJ?
Assume it's a king's ransom.
Only if we're trading Kirk too.
Multiple firsts, and maybe a Pro Bowler.
To be honest, I'd like to get rid of Daniil in that deal as well.
He might be gone by trade deadline, depending on our record.
Yeah.
Because he's only on a 1-year deal. I guarantee you, a ring-chasing team who thinks they have the pieces this year will be like, yep, give us his contract for this season.
Have we not called New York, the Jets, and said, hey, we've got a guy.
Haven't heard of anything.
We don't. If Kevin O'Connell,
Haven't you heard solid? Wilson's their guy.
dude,
He's your guy.
unpopular opinion.
Zachy Dub.
Beginning of watching Hard Knocks, hated Zach Wilson. Hated him. I'm like, this dude's so arrogant. He's so pissed that Aaron is here.
I think he's been humbled. A little bit.
Every week,
Yep.
I become more of a Zach Wilson fan. Monty and I started a franchise in Madden last night.
He looked a lot better just last week against the Chiefs.
I think it either was because the draft got away from us,
Yep.
because we went defense heavy, obviously.
Yep.
Offense wins games, D wins championships.
Yeah.
But we ended up with Matt Stafford, Zach Wilson, and Will Levis in the quarterback room. I'm going to tell you right now, week 1, this Madden franchise, I think Zach Wilson's getting the start.
Zach, who and Will Levis?
Matt Stafford. I wanted a veteran presence in the locker room.
Give Stafford the first year, and then hand the reins over.
He's got to earn it. Digitally, he's got to earn it.
He hasn't done that.
I haven't
digitally
seen
yet.
enough out of the new engine for facial graphics that show me he's determined. He kind of just looks morose.
That matters.
Yeah.
Really matters.
Elevate your facial styles.
Come on, Matt. Jeez Louise. We're going to keep going on positives from the Vikes game. JJ, please stay. Even I'm kind of on the tank and rebuild train. TBH. I'm tired.
100%. 100%.
Yep, tired of mediocrity.
I'll book my ticket now.
Talked about that last week. That's what I want.
Window seat.
But man, even if tanking, I hope we can. I think it'd be stupid, especially if we look to get our quarterback of the future. You want to bring in a quarterback of the future with someone like JJ, of course. So I hope he doesn't. But
What about
would you, to start the rebuild, how would you go about it? That's how you could get the most pieces.
Oh,
Would
yeah,
you trade
100%.
JJ?
So, I mean, we've seen it. The teams that win a ton. And I mean, I don't want to bring the Chiefs. You have to bring the Chiefs in. I don't want to because Mahomes is a freak.
Yes.
He is. That's a once every 50, 60 years we're going to see a guy like that in the NFL. So,
Well, that'd be excluding Tom, and he's not Tom yet. So come on, he's not Tom yet.
he's gonna be.
You think he's gonna have 6 rings?
I think he's gonna have 10. And I hate Patrick Mahomes. Hate him.
Really?
If he ever listens to this, I think you're arrogant. And honestly, yeah, your wife doesn't help your image.
I feel like he's all right, but it's his wife, especially from the documentary, and I didn't mind her too much. Maybe a little annoying. Everything I hear, I won't go into this because I don't know, but everything I hear, it's that dang brother of his.
Oh yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Sure,
100%.
big old poop.
What do you mean? He's.
I don't know what's he done. I've only heard crap. I've only heard crappy things.
I've only heard crappy things, and I won't put any effort to looking into it.
Well, that's all I need to hear.
To be honest,
bad in my book.
I will stop positive information on that. I will censor myself. If someone's like, hey, let me tell you these great things about Patrick Mahomes' brother, I don't want to hear it.
Sure.
I'm deeply betted that a lot of the people in that situation are shitty. And my favorite thing about this whole Taylor Swift deal is I hope, and this sucks, hearing this come out of my own mouth, I'm probably a shittier person than I thought.
Come on.
I hope Mahomes' wife talks to Patrick after practice and says, I don't get enough attention. And I hope it fucks with his game. I hope he has to deal with that Sunday with Brittany saying, I hope Taylor doesn't show up.
What do you get out of this if that's the case?
I don't know. Misery loves company, man. I'm 1-3.
That's exactly what I was
want to
looking
see
for.
Patrick Mahomes as pissed off as I am. And I know he's got a hot tub to solace himself in. I don't.
Even the mighty are capable of falling.
Good.
I'd like to see that too.
Me too.
You know, and for a while I was actually on that train for the Pats. Before it became a point where the facts are the facts, what happened had happened, and you had to respect greatness. I'm not there yet for Pat.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Tell me show me an interview that Patrick Mahomes has with a child.
Yep.
As at least for me. There's a clip that every time it pops up on social media, I'll send it to Amber or my brother, or lately my dad's on Instagram now. So I sent it to my dad. But it's where this kid has an opportunity to ask Tom Brady a question. And he says, a lot of people consider you their hero. Who's your hero? And Tom Brady says instantly, I'd have to say my dad, because he's always somebody I'd looked up to. And then he steps back from the mic for a sec, takes a breath, and you can see he's emotional, his eyes glaze up, and he grabs the mic and just says, my dad. And that, to me, it's like, even if you wanted to hate the kid, it's like the dude, he's just good.
What did he ever do? He never
just
did.
Good.
That's what I'm saying. He
didn't deflate the balls.
exactly.
And I'll tell you this right now. I'll take an overinflated ball over an underinflated all day. I don't know what that has to do with how that makes a ball easier to catch. Makes it harder to throw in my book, but Tom Brady's a GOAT. So you could probably give him a tortilla and he could make a spiral out of that thing.
He was that kind of dude. I'm 100% with you. And
do you think he could still win games?
Yes. I know so his last year in Tampa would kind of negate that, but no, I do. If he, it's more than anything, I think it was his
talent.
I think it was his mentality that just made him so amazing. It was his smarts and his mentality. But also why he's so awesome off the field in 20 however effing years he played.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing he ever did was kiss his son a little too long.
Okay,
that?
So that's it.
But that's okay.
Doug Hale.
It's fine. Exactly.
Doug Hale. Same. We grew up with a dad like that.
Yep.
And it to me it was like, oh, it's a Christian thing. He's like, I grew up a Lutheran.
Yep.
You were raised Lutheran.
Yep.
But it was like, oh, they're a free Christian. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? I mean, it means Doug calls his boys honey, which was cool.
That was cool. I never mind. Yeah.
And he mouth kissed his sons. The first time I saw it, I was like, whoa. My dad didn't do that. My dad rode Harleys and drank whiskey. If Doug
also had 3 fingers on his left hand, which
nubs,
for whatever reason, for a 10-year-old, made the situation weirder. But the older you get, it's just love.
Oh, that was an advantage for Doug. Doug got to crossbow hunt years before a lot of other dads because he had a disability.
Yep.
Yeah. Text-to-speech came out. He was fine. He caught up to speed.
That's all he needed.
Yeah. He's fine. He had thumbs.
That's great. Harry the Hitman returning to form.
Yeah.
Where's he been, or did we finally just use him right? Thank you, Flores. Hitman's he's a Hall of Famer. He's my favorite. Him and Adrian are my 2 favorite players of all time. It was so awesome to see him just thriving again.
I love
14
Harrison
tackles,
Smith.
3 sacks.
Got a jersey in the closet.
Yep.
But for some reason, when I watch him, the pain of knowing, that's probably it.
Yeah.
It's like no matter what we do, like especially this season, the start we've had, it's such a pain to watch him going, man, even if we do tank.
We got nothing for Harry. I know.
Are we going to have enough to keep him around?
Yeah. Man, if Aaron Donald didn't exist, Defensive Player of the Year is his in 2017. Christ, was he on fire? Zimmer,
What was
used
he on
him
top?
so perfectly.
He was like top 50 and top 100, wasn't he?
Maybe not this year, but
It should have been higher.
But typically.
What's the highest the safety's ever gone? I feel like corners
Pretty
get way
high.
more love than a
Well,
safety, though. Has
so-
there ever been a top 25 safety in top 100?
Of course there has.
Name him.
I know Jamal Adams was there off hype one year. Jamal Adams
All right.
was never worth it, but Tyrann Mathieu was up there.
Yeah.
And nothing pissed
probably
me off
earned it.
more than when they released an all-decade team just after, right around 2020. They released an all-decade team, and Tyrann Mathieu got it over Harrison Smith. Makes 0 sense. 0 sense.
Super Bowl's homeboy.
Sure.
When you talk about player versus player, they bring up championships, right?
Yeah, but for a safety,
Defense wins championship.
he should be a Hall of Famer. His stats are better than Polamalu's.
Whoa.
They are.
Are they?
Yes. In the same amount of games, Harry has better stats. Stats are stats, sure.
Pittsburgh Steelers fans, get fired up. Polamalu ain't nothing.
At their absolute peak, Harrison Smith, the better safety.
I would. So Polamalu was such a highlight guy for me growing up. The stuff he did
Yep.
was so groundbreaking.
Oh, remember
Where-
one-handed interceptions
where
and,
Harry is
leap in the
textbook.
center, and yeah.
Harry's the safety position to a T. And a lot of positions on defense, you do them properly, what do you get? No recognition. Kind of like an old lineman. If you do your job perfectly on defense, you should not have any recognition.
He also was never loud. Nowhere to be found in whatever media outlet is talking about whatever. Nowhere to be found.
no
And-
TMZ late
And
nights.
honestly, he while he's been on the team, the Vikes have had probably 2 seasons where they've been on the map.
Imagine what
You know
Harry
I mean?
could have done on the Love Boat. Man,
Anything he wanted.
anything.
Anything he wanted.
Walking over Dante Culpepper, just laying down logs.
Yeah.
I bet he would have been bigger than that. He would have been on the, what was it? The gambling boat.
Yeah, exactly.
There was
He
a
would- yep.
gambling boat and then a
Oh, yeah.
love boat.
Yep. He would have been the gambler.
The married guys were on the gambling boat.
Exactly. Oh man, let's talk about that next week.
We need to dive more into that.
Let's deep dive the Love Boat.
Let's find the company that rented that boat, see if they still do tours.
God, that's a good idea.
You and I could just do one.
Brilliant.
Cocktail. See what happens.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah.
More to come with that.
Maybe
That's
bring
awesome.
the wives.
Oh, that's awesome. Looking ahead to the Chiefs this week.
Mm-hmm.
Our
Who's hurt? I want to know their injury list. Hopefully it's huge.
It,
Is Kelsey and Chris Jones still on there?
no, they
'Cause I
got
know
they
that
got
helped the last
Kelsey,
team.
Jones, and Mahomes. Probably all you need to know.
Man, that's quite a bundle.
Sure is. Anyways, Mahomes motto. Have you seen that motto commercial? It's a really funny commercial.
Mahomes, Maato.
It's great.
You don't think I worked that bundle in there on purpose?
Okay, good. Well done.
Dude, that's like, I had a hook for bringing snacks, right? I was going to talk about bringing snacks. I had so many great ideas before this came up.
Yeah.
I was going to bring hummus purely to create a generic place where I could be like, oh, we could talk about hummus, beans, right? Chickpeas. And I could be like, hey, you know what the difference between a chickpea and a lentil is? You'd be like, no, what? I'm like, I've never had a lentil on my face. But I don't know if we're going to move more towards like
I've
an
heard that one.
R-rated podcast.
We'll feel it out, and we'll get there.
I suppose we are sports.
Yeah, pretty much. Mostly.
Nerve endings are just
This is a
firing up.
mostly Minnesota sports podcast.
That's true.
You know,
But is it? Yeah. Maybe on Fridays we could do like a
special edition.
after dark,
Mm-hmm.
the late night jazz.
Drink in hand. Now that we don't have one now, but anyways,
Some states are legalizing other things.
exactly. We're there. So our frickin' mayor
Whoa.
had the audacity
Your mayor.
to come out and say Taylor Swift may need to console Travis Kelce after the Chiefs Vikes games. Why? Why do you give him that ammo? That's so stupid. Our defense is trash. Come on. They hear that. They hear it, and it's going to backfire. So, dang you, mayor.
Where's this quote?
Look in the coming week under G dang it, mayor.
Okay. Luckily, you have this is such a sophisticated professional setup.
Google Docs.
When you invited me to your basement, I was planning on a basement hang.
No.
Feel like I'm in studio and
Come on.
K-Fan right now.
Come on.
This is incredible.
Come on. K-Fan be lucky to have this set up. Packing blankets? You kidding me?
Blue ones too.
Yeah.
I had these in the walls of the elevator at Twin Cities Harley Davidson.
Because they work.
Yeah, they did.
K-Fan be lucky. And then Byron Murphy, very excited about that signing. That's props to Quessy. Byron Murphy, and this is funny, but I hope he doesn't go too far, but he says he's going to say something about Taylor to Travis. He says, I'm going to say something to get him fired up.
What?
Don't. Please don't.
Yeah.
Stop it. They're so good.
Yeah. Tell them they're good.
Yeah.
Hey.
Nothing but compliments.
Super fun to play against somebody as talented as you are.
Like, man, you guys are just so fun to watch.
If there's any
in
day
person.
to take a play off, it's probably today. You don't have to worry about us. Look at us. We're 1-3.
Pat them on the ass.
Remember the Panthers? We almost
Float their boat.
almost didn't beat them.
Lip service.
Yeah.
Kiss them in their bums.
It's an honor to line up against a player like you.
That's what it should be all game long.
Dude, halfway through that Minnetonka game, that's what I told my kids. I said,
Yep.
be honest, we ain't coming back. Learn from this. I said,
Worst coach.
100%. No, it's like, oh, yeah. Takes one play to score a touchdown. No, these guys, superior. So this is the best talent you will face all year.
Yep.
Learn from it. I
Sure.
told the guys, I'm like, you got some weird shit you want to try? You want to do like a loop-de-loo, tell them you're an alien, and then do a screen around the back?
Is that the same message you give in the NFL? If you're the Vikes playing the Niners and the Chiefs?
No.
Yeah, okay.
No, buckle down,
Yep.
set the tone, hit him in the mouth.
But to your point, compliments. Compliments for 3 hours, the
Yeah.
entire game.
Yep.
Butter them up. Anything to where they just lose that edge a little bit.
Be like, man, it'd be way cooler for our TV ratings if this was a super close game.
Right?
That came down to us
Hey,
missing or making a
just take
field
it
goal.
easy for
Yeah.
a little bit. Which is funny because that was one of my questions. What will it take for the Vikes to win? And I think that's probably it. Obviously, don't turn it over. That's no guarantee right now. Butter them up. Go outside of the box and butter them up. Tell them how great they are.
Yeah. I think it's going to take a lackluster performance. They're going to have to come out lazy.
Yep.
Which we don't see a whole lot.
They looked bad against the Jets last week.
They did.
I think they learned from that, though.
Zach Wilson,
And Jets defense compared to ours,
superior.
very much.
Yeah.
Very much superior.
So I think that's the big thing. Kirk needs to stay on game. We need to protect Kirk. It comes down to the O-line every game. It really does.
Yep.
Davenport, if he's healthy, I love that. Him and Daniil, much more confidence, the ability to get, I hate even saying that, get Patrick Mahomes out of the pocket. He can score out of the pocket.
Yeah, you just got to,
It's almost like I hope they can keep him in the pocket.
please just don't give him time. And I know we've been dialing up blitzes all season long to no prevail. Hopefully Davenport helps that. As long as Daniil isn't getting doubled all game long, we have a better chance at that, I guess.
I have nightmares just thinking about him rolling out. Like, oh, pressure up the middle, rolling out. Whew.
I know.
Corners are already just melting away from their guy.
Can't wait to it's a game where, you expect the worst, hope for the best. And very much that's a life lesson. But let's put it towards this Sunday's game too. Hope for the best, expect the worst. In other NFL news, Jordan Love looked terrible, and that's amazing.
That's probably why my coworker, the Packer fan, has been pretty quiet.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
He hasn't said much.
Nope. So last week, Dakota, he's a Packers fan. Very much convinced that Love is
By choice or heritage? Is this a family thing?
Nope, choice.
Yeah. As someone who broke the cycle of abuse.
Brett Favre fan is what made him a Packers fan, which is understandable. Love Brett Favre. I will always love Brett Favre for 2009.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Always.
I love Brett Favre too.
So much.
In purple.
Exactly.
That's his helmet.
Yes. I know.
As a guy who's obsessed with face masks, the
Yep.
one you have with Adrian's.
Yep. I know. That's Favre. Love Favre. Yeah. So he chose because of Favre. Very much convinced that Jordan Love is third in consecutive order to be Hall of Fame Packers quarterback. Oh, sure, the numbers were there the first 3 weeks. The eye test was not. And this week, neither were there. He looked so bad. And sure, Packers fans will say, oh, you Vikings fans, you care more about the Packers sucking than you do the Vikings succeeding. I can hopefully say that personally that's not the case for me. But the longer I'm a Vikings fan, the longer I realize that is absolutely the case.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like we said earlier, misery loves company for whatever reason. Anyways, it was so nice just to see him not be apparently amazing
Yes.
and just struggle.
That's a refresh.
He made terrible decisions. When guys were open, he missed them. He looks mediocre at best. And I think all of his success is due directly to Matt LaFleur. Love Matt LaFleur as a coach and his offense that he runs. He's got a great system. Jordan Love, mediocre at best. And that makes me happy.
Danny Mock is the college scouting coordinator for Green Bay. I'm looking this up right now.
Okay.
27th season with the Packers. I was just trying to think of, like, who do we have to steal? Who do we have to get out of the Green Bay organization? Who's finding these kids?
Yeah, was there who were the scouts that found
Because even if Love's a bust, 27th season,
Yep.
last 27 seasons, you've had what? 2 quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Good job, Danny Mock.
Yes.
Yeah,
Is
come
that
work
him?
for the
Is that him
Vikings.
though? Because remember Favre was like 4th round draft pick for the Falcons.
Yeah,
Which is
but
crazy.
I bet you Danny had him on his radar.
Yep. He brought him in for some reason or another.
Called him up and said, "Dude, I need you to look like crap in camp.
Yeah, come on.
Look like crap. You're gonna burn. in Atlanta.
We're gonna trade for you for a few cents.
They don't want Mississippi State gunslinging down there.
Amazing.
We do. These guys are so drunk they don't care what you do. Just throw the ball up in the air and get all of them out of their seat. Spill the beer. We'll sell twice as much beer. It's perfect, dude. I spilled I had a beer spilled on me when Brett Favre threw that one to what was it Greg Lewis end zone.
You were at the Niners game, I know.
Becky Antonozzi, if you ever listen to this, you still owe me for that ticket. I could have taken anyone.
That
You left me shortly
B
after.
word.
No, she was fantastic.
She was cool.
She was part of us
Mostly.
leaving early. I was
Mostly.
halfway up the Metrodome stairs from our Section 2 seats we had that day. Halfway up, crouched down, as we heard all those spring-loaded seats go brrrr. Yep. As Brett Favre shook that tackle, toe drag in the end zone. I hugged and kissed more. Good thing COVID wasn't around then.
Man.
I'd be dead.
It's caught.
Yeah.
It's Greg Lewis.
Paul Allen. Paul Allen's call.
heavens.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah. I still feel that buzz of that. That was fun. The Metrodome,
Very
man.
lucky. Mhm.
R.I.P.
That's awesome. Oh, that's so good. Only other thing in the NFL I want to talk about, other than love looking mediocre at best. Love that so much. I don't know how much you paid attention, but 4 weeks into the season, would you switch around the first 2 picks?
Of the draft?
Yeah.
Which were?
The quarterbacks. Got Bryce Young, Carolina.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud, Texans.
I can't say I've watched enough of either one of them.
So you don't know who's doing what?
I got a feeling.
Because I'm
Bryce
posing the
Young's-
question.
Bryce Young's probably doing terribly.
Yep. Has not looked the best.
Yeah.
Hasn't looked awful, but
How's
not
Stroud
good.
doing?
Rest of the team obviously is trash.
Yeah.
Stroud looks great.
He has no weapons.
Couple stats for you. The 6th player ever to have 300 yards and 0 picks in his first 4 games.
Impressive.
That's the only stat I had for you. Anyway,
You said stats.
I said plural.
Don't
Anyway,
hyphenate that as.
I'm also very excited because I got
parenthesize.
Nico Collins off the waiver. Killing it.
Really?
As the
Week 1? Or
Okay. I'm going to get frustrated now because during the draft,
which league is this, by the way?
this is our league. During the draft,
China?
Nope.
2.0.
2.0.
Oh, so those guys are actually talented.
The money league.
Everyone in China's trash.
China's trash. 2.0 is.
I shouldn't talk. I'm 0-3 in China.
Yeah. Anyways.
I didn't get to draft.
Yeah, that's right.
I was
Okay,
auto-drafted.
That's an auto draft. Fair point. Okay. We won't hold that against you. So,
First roster change I did was the best one. What'd I do? I
don't know.
benched Deshaun Watson, and I
Nice.
pulled Brock Purdy off free agency.
a Purdy penny.
A Purdy penny.
Brilliant. Okay, good.
Purdy fly for a white guy.
Brilliant. So, that's what happened. So, I had a few too many during the draft, and I accidentally drafted a second D lineman. With my last pick, I was going to take Nico Collins for $1. Didn't happen. Whatever. He was going to be my keeper. It's fine. He's not my keeper. I would have dropped him anyways because 2 weeks later, I needed to make a snap decision because of injury. CJ Stroud hadn't thrown all week. He's got a shoulder injury. Game time decision. I'm like, I'm not trusting his number 1 receiver then. Dropped him for Kendrick Bourne.
Who?
Yep.
New England guy, right? Wide
Nice.
out.
Yep. And that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
New England, Bill Belichick wideout. So
Did you overpay
I dropped
market value
Collins.
for Najee
He
Harris?
puts up 7 for 128 and a touchdown or something crazy. He puts up 27 points or something like that. He was in my lineup all week until Saturday. If I kept him in my lineup, I am points leader right now and in first place. I picked him up on waivers a week later. Had to spend $24 on him, but I got him.
$4?
Yeah, but I got him.
Are you still the commissioner?
We're talking 2.0.
Okay, never mind.
Nope.
I wonder what the second bid was.
It was like 18
How do you know?
because you can check offers report, dog. It's fun.
There's so many things about this league I haven't explored.
I'm telling you, it's
My
great.
dad and I, we argue over 3 or 4 when we bid for somebody.
Yeah.
And then when somebody gets picked, we're like, he must have went 5. Now that you say 24,
That's why I love the blind auction, though.
that's why my dad.
Did you
and I
see how
never
much
win.
Devonna Chan went for?
This is why there's a
Like
separation.
45, like $45. I know, you need your own team again.
The young guns will return next season.
Can't wait.
Dad's not thrilled, but he has Wi-Fi now, so he can't pitch.
And to answer the question, through 4 weeks, Stroud looks every bit the better quarterback than Young. Anyways,
Where is he on touchdowns, yards compared to other people?
he's like a top
Top
10. He's top 10 fantasy quarterback right now.
Shit. As a rookie?
Yes, he
Love
looks
it.
good. And
Is Kirk? Well, Kirk is.
Kirk was number one
I
until
saw he was
last
number
week.
one, yeah.
He was number one until last week. Now he's number 7.
Which he has to be. Dude, literally, every time Kirk throws the ball, I bet his whole body takes a breath of ease.
I got Kirk for $4, and everyone laughed at me.
I like him. Pretty
Love
sure I
Kirk.
had him for
He's
a few
my,
weeks
he's,
last
he's,
year.
He's my captain, and I love him. I'm not going to be upset if/when we move on, but I love him.
Dude, talk about drafts, right? Talk about value, right?
Hmm?
Nobody got more value out of any NFL player than Kirk's wife. The nerdiest backup for life looking quarterback.
Choir singing.
Yeah. First round draft pick
Nope.
but
Was he third, I think?
but
or
third
fourth?
round draft pick.
Or second?
You got drafted to a team after they drafted another rookie.
Yes.
How many teams have ever drafted 2 rookies?
RG3. I know.
RG3.
It was a thing during the draft.
Looking like the prodigal going to take control of Washington.
Yep.
Sean McVay and Kevin O'Connell somehow don't see the talent.
Yeah. Isn't that funny?
They both leave.
Well, remember, it was the franchise tag this year and then that year, and then he was upset, and I know.
They abused him as a backup.
102 overall was Kirk. 4th round.
4th round.
4th round, 102 overall. And that was after they took RG3 at, what,
And she loved him.
2 or no, was
whole
RG3
time.
1? No, it was Andrew Luck, then RG3.
God, talk about leaving something on the table.
Telling you.
Well, so that's the thing, though. If somebody's going to retire early,
Yeah.
the way Kuechly and Luck did it,
Hmm?
I can't say anything against.
No.
You've
You
made
can't.
millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Your family's generationally wealthy.
And now you're taking care of your brain.
Now you're taking care of your brain.
Very important.
Kuechly said something to the tune of like, I want to know who my kids are at 50.
Yes.
Makes sense.
I think we all remember.
Yeah.
What I think it was concussion
No
like number
fan
8 or 9.
is selfish enough. Like, no, come on, I want a Super Bowl. Fuck your dementia.
Do you remember him being carted off the field, crying, uncontrollably?
Yep.
God, that was a sight.
Dude, that's like these 7th graders.
Mm.
When they get hit, they think it's funny to lay down on their back with their eyes closed. Heart attack every time.
No.
Yeah. I have to tell them, like, dude, hey,
Not
just so you
cool.
know,
Yeah.
Coach Alec over here shits himself.
Yeah.
Every time you do that.
Yep.
Because now I have to, if your eyes are closed for 2 seconds,
Yep.
Monty went through concussion protocol recently.
Mhm.
There was a drill where he was running the ball, face-to-face contact, and it was one of those ones where he was blinking after.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you see stars? No. Do you hear ringing? No. Perfect. Take your helmet off, take a breath,
Yeah.
see how you feel, rejoin if you feel good. 10 minutes later, he's still on the sideline. I'm like, shit, if he's still over there, he's not feeling great. I'm like, how you doing? You dizzy? No, but he's like, I still
Yeah.
feel like I got hit
It's a
in the
big
mouth.
hit, right?
Yep. But he went through protocol, no signs, no nothing. He was back in the game last week, went great. So,
Good.
but I just hate it because
Good,
these
good.
kids know too. Like, I'm not saying they manipulate it, but I got a player on my team.
Hmm?
And if his dad listens to this, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's done this a few times where he'll get laid out and then he lays there just limp with his eyes closed. Because then no one's going to be like, dude, make that tackle. We're all like, damn it, how's your brain?
Oh, he plays it up? Oh, man. Come on.
He's smart. He's a hockey player too.
Okay.
So I know how tough he is.
He should play basketball if he's flopping.
I know. That's what I told
Man.
Monty.
We'll eventually be talking Wolves, too. I know this is mostly Minnesota sports. I know we're pretty exclusively NFL right now.
Dude, just wait. Monty's playing baseball next year. I'm going to be a baseball
Can't
guy.
wait. Shout out Twins. I'll never talk about them because I'm not the biggest baseball fan, but shout them out.
Real quick, I have to share a story. On the way to football practice, had a super cool moment with my boy. For anyone listening, I met my gal Amber about 5 years ago. She's got 2 kids from a previous relationship. So I'm very fortunate and honored to be able to say I love both these kids. And so last time Twins won a playoff game, 04.
Yep.
I was 12.
Man.
Monty is 12.
Cool.
We're driving to practice, listening to not Dick Bremer, who's the other guy. Anyway, he literally says,
Dick and Bert.
Bert Blyleven?
Blyleven? Was it him?
Blyleven's long gone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So this wouldn't have been recent.
Circle
Sorry.
you out of the loop, buddy.
Morneau? Is it Justin? We get Justin here and there.
Stop.
I'm sorry.
Calvin, my older brother who works for Westwood One and the Twins, he'd be just pissed.
Let's get Cal on here.
Seriously.
Cool.
Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, we're driving, and I'm turning up the music in my truck, and I listen to a lot of like country music in my truck, so I have like the subwoofer settings to make it sound like a concert, so you can hear the crowd at Target Field.
Yeah.
In my truck.
Cool.
Monty's getting amped up, and he literally says, like, if you're driving right now, pull over. The Twins are about to make history. The longest streak in national, American sports is about to be broken. I'm shaking this kid
Cool.
as we're sitting at a stoplight.
That's great.
Like, dude, you have no idea what this means. The last time
That's so cool.
the Twins won a playoff game, I probably don't remember the night.
I
But-
don't.
Later, and they won. Twins win, Twins win, Twins win. Over the radio nonstop. Monty's smiling cheek to cheek. And I told him later, I'm like, you have no idea how cool that was that you were there for it. I said, because I literally got to look at little Alec, 12-year-old Alec, and see that time span, not only in what I felt, but in meat and how far I've grown as a person.
Does he know about the history of the Vikes?
Dude, I've hidden him.
Okay.
He
that's
cheers
fine.
for them,
Good.
so he must not know much.
Okay. Ease him into it.
I
Anyways.
think I pitched him the same way I did you when I met you. Hey, man, I don't know much about these guys.
You didn't have to talk me into being a Vikes fan.
You can tell me I did.
Sure.
Your dad.
It happened when I was 4 or 5.
Your dad hates me like it was my fault.
It happened when I was 4 or 5.
But wasn't it because you watched Vikings at my
My dad
house.
gave me a Packers backpack, and my friends at daycare talked so much shit. They did. And
Kids
then I
so
was like, man, so their bullying kind of worked. Bullying works. I'm kidding.
Well,
It worked in my case when I said, yeah, I'm from Minnesota.
that's a whole nother episode.
That just means I'm a Vikings fan. They're right. I'm a Vikings fan because I'm from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So, yeah, that's the other thing. I would love to have one person that we, like, when this gets a following,
Yep.
I'm going to purvey positivity, like my boy PA.
Good.
When this gets a following, I would love to do a whole episode with somebody literally as an out-of-state, born and raised out-of-state, found something, like especially our age. What do you think, because it wasn't Bobby Wade and Sidney Rice and Christian Ponder that pulled some guy
Nice callbacks.
out of being a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
I want to know somebody that switched for some reason. Maybe it was the Brett Favre year.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just Adrian. But what could pull, what part of a Vikings history could pull somebody out of what I'll call a situational fandom, where you grew up and where you were born? Because for me, like the Patriots, right? That's my second team, purely because I have family that grew up in Boston. So every time they'd win, they'd send us championship stuff. All those commercials you'd see, the Patriots just won the Super Bowl. Order your hat and hoodie now.
I remember the blanket.
So the blanket's a whole nother story.
Oh, you got that because
The
you were
blanket
in
was
Foxborough,
at
and it was
Foxborough.
cold. That's right.
Brett Favre as a Viking.
Yeah.
Randy Moss as a Viking
Yep.
against Tom Brady. Brett Favre is carted off the field.
Yep.
Patriots fans cheer loud. By the way, any Patriots fans, you guys are pieces of shit. The best trash talk I heard was honestly someone like admiring that we made the trip out.
Yeah.
One guy literally said like, hey, got my dad's attention. Hey, Vikings fan, hey. My dad finally turned, he goes, purple's for fags.
Nice.
My dad went, brilliant. All night.
Good one.
Took you to come up with that, right?
Well done.
Yep. It's also a color of royalty.
Yeah.
Jesus wore it.
Here you
They hang it on the cross at Lent.
My favorite
At
color.
Lent.
My
Yeah,
personal favorite color.
100%.
We've been here a while now. Finish with that Foxborough story.
Foxborough.
When
Brett
Favre got injured.
carted off.
That's where we're going to end on.
And the tasteless New England Patriots fans are cheering. And they're literally like, I hope he broke his neck. Yep. Tavares Jackson steps in. And mind you, I'm wearing a Jared Allen jersey, and I'm cold.
Under a Patriots blanket.
Under a Patriots blanket at this point. I was freezing cold, and my dad's cousin said, I'll get you something to warm me up. He came
Coming
back
from a born and bred Minnesotan.
with a
Cold there.
Patriots blanket. Foxborough is freezing. That torch that they have lit all the time does not do any warmth. But Tavares Jackson, RIP, again, second time we brought him up,
Yeah.
trots onto the field, throws a fade. It was like second and goal from the 6, maybe.
Sydney, right?
Sidney Rice throws a toe tapper out of the corner of the end zone fade. My brother, who's been wearing a leather jacket because it's cold, stands up in front of all these Patriots fans, unzips, and unveils that he's wearing a Tavares Jackson jersey.
Then he got his rookie year.
Yeah. Yep. Cal had the newspaper clip, Kids Could Change Everything, and it was Adrian Peterson, Tavares Jackson at training camp. Cal was the biggest T-Jack fan he'd ever seen. He's like, he's the next Vic. I bought into it.
I loved T-Jack.
Dude, we all did.
Yeah, of course.
And Cal was the reason.
Yeah.
Cal sold us on the idea.
Remember that Star Tribune article? Kids could change everything, and it was T-Jack and Adrian.
I just referenced that.
They were half right.
Moments ago. When you re-listen to this.
Yeah.
You're
okay. Good.
Anyway.
Would have fit that in. Okay. Sneaky.
You're sneaky. No, anyway. So he slowly unzips his jacket, unveils it. The booze and the trash talk from the Patriots fans rains down on my older brother. He looks like a god to me. I'm like, look at this man stand up for his team. And he literally waves it on. His arms are out, turned around away from the game, begging, bring it on, rain it down on me. Yep. They go for 2. Same play, fade to the end zone for a 2-point conversion. Cal stands up. Now he's pissed. He's like, let's fucking go. Let's go. We're going to touch it now. Cal's like probably 18, 19 years old, maybe. I can't remember.
Right.
But at that moment, I'm like, dude, Cal's going to get hurt. Cal is standing above these Patriots fans, Boston guys, screaming at him that our backup quarterback just threw a 6-yard fade for a 2-point conversion. I'm like, I'm pumped too, but we got to go home.
And we lost a game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we lost.
We definitely lost.
Yeah.
So.
But hey, man.
Oh, man. Good times at games.
Dude.
We almost got to see Adrian's record breaker with 296.
Are we supposed to feel this fast? I feel like we just sat down.
I think we're probably at an hour 20 at this point.
Let's do a second one. Let's take a halftime.
Hour 6. That's good timing.
Oh, my God.
That's good timing.
And there's a few parts probably got to cut out.
Maybe. We'll see. Guys, it's been a blast. I'm so happy I could do this with my best friend.
Thank you, bro.
Absolutely. We're going to be back. Keep enjoying our other friends' beats. Can't wait. Good, not great.
Wow.